Well, thank you very much, and for allowing us the opportunity to clear this matter once and for all. Last week, we had actually given the march the go-ahead, as we felt that all the requirements have been dealt with, and therefore there was nothing that was preventing the march from taking place. And as you would appreciate that during the course of the day, I was in the State of the City address or whatever was happening during that day, only to learn in the evening that somebody has decided to overturn what has been agreed on and to deny permission, which I then came out very, very strongly to say there was nothing wrong that prevented the march from happening, and therefore the march was going to proceed as planned. And we were glad to hear that a court of law had actually agreed with us and actually said that the march could go on. So the SAPS cannot come and say that we are the ones that had actually denied permission for the march to take place. We have given the march the go-ahead, as we have given the march tomorrow the go-ahead and our blessing, as it is a democratic right for people to apply to march, and the march can actually proceed. So if there's going to be any denying of the march to take place, it certainly did not come from my office or that from the MMCs.
I'm interested to know, Mayor, whether there was confusion abounding last week about whose responsibility it actually was, or whether there was willful interference in the city's efforts to approve this.
Well, looking at the happenings of last week Thursday, from the morning when people were clearly defying orders, people who were acting against the orders that we were giving them, it shows that there's still elements of administrators who are using their official position to pull political stunts. And this is something that we have seen. And we need to be worried as South Africans that we are heading into a state where police can actually be governed or ruled from a political party and given instruction from a certain political party instead of getting instruction from the executive. This is something that is a worry, and this is something that I intend taking forward with Commissioner Patlani, but also with the relevant ministers, that is Minister Fikile Mbalula and Minister David Mabuza as well. I think these are things that we are going to, David Mahlobo, my apologies, but these are things that we are going to need to take forward because we have seen trends of this emerging, and this is something that we really cannot leave to chance and hope that it will sort itself, because clearly it's not going to sort itself out.
At the same time, of course, you belong to a party that's calling for people to come out in their hundreds of thousands to participate in these marches because it wants to see the president removed from office. Is it not a conflict of interest for you to be considering these applications for protests?
Well, look, I mean, first of all, I am not sitting on the panel that is approving this. I'm just speaking to you now, not as a representative of a party, but I'm speaking to you as a mayor who's also supposed to uphold the constitution of the country. And the constitution of the country says, and so does the bylaw of the city, that if permission is sought, and if there's no due cause for us to deny permission for a march to take place, therefore we shouldn't be disallowing a march to take place. We've allowed marches against people who are marching against me before, but it's people who had a legitimate right to march, and we cannot deny that. So I don't see that. I don't think that I'm in any way conflicted here. I'm just following the rule of law. That if people are applying, then we should allow people, that the constitutional right to demonstrate or to march, as long as it's done in a peaceful manner. And we have indicated to those that are actually going to be marching that lawlessness will not be tolerated, and we will not hesitate to act against any member, whether it's a DA, EFF, IFP, or any member of society that will decide to behave in an unruly manner or in an illegal manner. We will not hesitate to act upon those.
One last question, Mayor, and that's about the issue of business people, particularly those operating close to the union buildings where these marches are taking place. One gets the sense that these marches are not going to be a once or twice off issue, that there's going to be a sustained prolonged campaign of marches in that particular area. A lot of businesses have had to shut down for these marches to take place. Among some of those business people are informal traders who are struggling to eke out a living on the streets of Tshwane. Are they not being severely disadvantaged by all these marches taking place there?
Well, I think the march last week, you still had a lot of informal traders who were trading. And the organizers of the march have actually assured us that the march will not go out of hand, and that they will themselves help us to deal with the illegal elements that might be coming through. So we don't anticipate that there might be any need for people to close their businesses. But should the need arise, the law enforcement, from our side at least, will be there to act accordingly.
Thank you so much for speaking to us today. Tshwane Mayor Solly Msimanga.